That's been the longest 2.5 hours ever. Now, into Tennogen, round 14, and having a look at these, and oh, Chroma looks so, oh, Equinox, oh, the sword, all of these look so much better now. You can actually go in and have a look at them. But we will start with the operator outfits, accessories, and I was right, this thing looks, oh, I actually want that. It kind of goes really well with the mask. But for the sake of this, we will take it off, and wow, it kind of looks even better. The Incognito, oh, these, I want to buy some of these so badly. They fit very well as well. I was expecting there to be issues, but no, that actually fits really well. As do the earpieces. Again, they look really nice. It's just a shame you can't have the earpieces with the mask on. There are more than one earpiece. There's two. This, nope, you can still see the ear back there. Oh, I want them. Ooh, can actually keep the eye patch on with the mask here that goes with it. Whereas the Oculus here actually replaces the eyepiece, so I'm assuming all three of these go together to make one really awesome face piece, but that would end up costing 3 times as much. Actually, from this angle, that looks kind of weird. Then there is the new Chroma Morkai Skin, and honestly, the colours look amazing, but the helmet, I really secretly hoped it would open because it's very Nidus-ish, as I kind of hinted previously. That looks very much like Nidus, but obviously it won't move. And this is a huge shame. You cannot see the Equinox skins separately. There's no, it should have all three. The other two should kind of be standing behind it so you can actually see them in the separate forms, but together, yeah, this, if I had to purchase anything from Tennogen round 14, this would be it, because the danglies on the helmet there, even though one of them is kind of glitched through the front, it's kind of, it won't behave, it just keeps glitching around to the front. Straight up weirdness. But oh, the colours again, I don't know what it is, something about the white and the blue looks really nice. Which is why her other skin kind of gets let down. The helmet does look really nice, but it just comes down to personal preference on the colours of choice, really. There's nothing wrong with these colours, there's nothing wrong with this skin, it's just the other one, it popped a bit more than this does, but there seems to be more detail in this, or maybe it's just the fact that the silver goes really well, but that helmet looks, the more I look at it, that's a really nice helmet. Then we have Gara's new skin. Again, you can see who makes these on the right here. It says unique skin designed by, and it obviously differs for each one because they're all made by different people, but it's kind of a shame you can only buy these through Steam because you can see the amount of work that's gone into these, and she actually has like a collar around her neck that goes with that helmet, and the fact it's also made out of glass because it's Gara, that goes ridiculously well. There is Limbo's Graxx skin that, really? There's just something about the Graxx skins that always look ridiculously nice, and I mentioned this in the video for the update, but I can see so many different fan art type pictures of this one. Oh, that helmet looks really nice as well. These are all really well done. But then we get on to the whole colour choice is key for this, and the accents being the same as these, are they horns on Nyx's head? It kind of looks like a scorpion tail coming off her face. But as well as the Equinox one, if I really had to, it would have to be Titania here, because that butterfly on the head there, oh, Titania does look really nice like this. And back to another Graxx skin, but this time Zephyr, and again, there's just something about the Graxx skins. The helmet isn't overkill, the skin is really nicely done, unlike the early Graxx skins where it was just kind of stripy. the later ones have just been so impressively done. Ooh, just like Limbo, this, oh, that looks really nice. And then there are two new sandanas. This one would go really well with Harrow. Like, just ridiculously well with Harrow. It sticks off the back. Not too much, because too much it would look kind of silly, but just enough that it's not interfering with anything, and even if you get some spin on it, it goes back to its position. So the physics have been nicely done on this. It is well done, and that flame actually moves when you move. Wow, that is a silly amount of attention to detail with the flame in the middle of it here actually moving with it. That's slightly hypnotic. And then there is the last of them, the Tenno sandana. Just the right length. Sometimes sandanas can be too long because not all frames are really tall. And this one, from the front, looks like a giant cape collar. And then from the back, looks... Actually, this one looks much nicer than I was expecting it to from the images, with the energy effect to it and the fact that it comes up at the back but doesn't stick off a lot. Again, it's a very, very small amount that it can come off too much that can ruin it, and that's kind of almost spot on. There are two new helmets, the first of which is Loki's, and yeah, the loopy skin. But honestly, Necros's might be a bit of overkill. You can see his normal helmet kind of in the front here. It's not his actual normal helmet, but this, it looks like he's wearing a skull on his head. And if the colour options for it could be separate to the body, that would be great. Because then you could actually make it look like a skull on top of Necros's head, which, by the way, is a really nice touch for Necros, considering, well, it is Necros after all. Then into the weapons. The first is the dagger skin, and ignoring the elemental effect, it's for some reason added to it, which I'm hoping is just the standard elemental thing, or not the elemental, whatever element happens to be on the weapon that it's chosen to show this on, but it's held nice and actually looks really nice. Kind of looks like a machete. And the sword, the heavy blade skin, the iron heavy blade skin, that I was expecting it to be flat in the middle. The fact that it's not made this thing, yeah, this is still number one on my list of if I have to buy anything. Then there is the second of the heavy blades. This thing actually looks really nice. I was expecting it to look nice just like the previous one, but when you actually see it, yeah, that is really nicely done with the orange touch around the outside, kind of giving it its blade. It would have maybe looked a little bit nicer without it. It would have looked smoother, but it does add a nice edge to it. The way that the red looks worn, this looks like it has been battle used, but not battle damaged, battle used, which gives it a really nice touch. And the longsword skin, again, these things just get more impressive the more that you see them. This, if I was still using my longswords, I would pick this up without question, really. And as expected, the opticore skin with the moving energy around it, oh, this thing did not disappoint. The hype for this was kind of huge, but when you actually see it and get close to it and realize how much detail, little details like the energy in the bottom, the curl on the back of it, the barrel, the chamber, there's one on the chamber. This thing, oh, I want this as well. Luckily the weapon skins do cost a lot less, and I don't actually pick up stuff. I would love to pick up Tennogen stuff, but I could never justify it. This, I could probably justify this. And the first of two of the rapier skins, and honestly, these weapon skins are just getting nicer as we go through here. This, as sad as it is to say the amount of detail and everything, I do prefer this one more than the other one because it just looks nicer. But again, it could just simply come down to the colour options, because this one looks very much like a Grenier based one, and it has the canisters hanging off the end and the spikes on the front. that has so much more detail in this. This would go well with Mesa and her Graxx skin. This would look amazing with her, actually. The Tonfa Hades skins. These, again, for Tonfas and not being able to control the camera on these, also look ridiculously nice. Very subtly done, I may add. There's not too much detail to these. They look very much like very upgraded scanners, and with that grey and the red touches in there, and the size on the end, the size. Oh, I can't choose. I'm just gonna not have a favourite of round 14. I like them all too much, but considering you can't buy any of these in the standalone version and you have to use Steam and real money, just that is the one major downside to these. And there are so many Tennogen things now, it is getting really overpopulated in here. This needs a subcategory for just making it easier to look through for helmets, skins, weapons, sandanas. Now with the added operator stuff as well, that would have to be another subcategory, or some of the older things like the Cerberus skin here. Maybe one day it could be added like these on purchasable with platinum inside the game. Maybe, possibly, hopefully. Probably never happen though, but we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.